The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon from TFNN. Welcome to the October 3rd. How about that, folks? We're already in the month of October. Trick or treat is what I see taking place. But welcome to the magnificent Monday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be, and I do mean always, be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And, of course, the easiest way to do that, well, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life happens for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Today, you and I, we're going to go look at the circumstance of these markets. We're going to go figure out what the bulls and the bears, what the buyers and the sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more importantly, I'm here to serve you. So feel free, pick up that phone. Now is not too soon. 877-927-6648. Of course, internationally, you can reach out to us at 727-445-1044. Of course, you can email me, steve@tfnn.com, and inside the Tiger's Den, a message or two is always good. So, thanks so much for being here, folks. Let's go ahead and get this show started on Magical Monday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes, and welcome to the show, or La Show. Right now, we got the Dow trading now 76 points. He's trading at 18,232. S&P down 11, trading at 2157. NASDAQ Composite up 25 points at 5287. Russell 2000 down 8, trading at 1242. So what are the markets doing right now? Right now at 1:08 in the afternoon. I can tell you what they're doing. They're trying to form a little bottom here. And you're going to say, how the Sam heck do you know that? I know that because you and I trade patterns. And there's a half a dozen patterns out there that are extraordinary, that you want to make sure that are in your arsenal. One of those patterns, you and I look at this all the time, is when price moves higher or lower, does with less relative energy out there. Why do we do that? Why do those black lines show up on my chart? You'll see a lot of lines. The lines I'm talking about are those diagonal lines. Why do they show up on my chart, and why are they so important? Hey, I promise you that as the market was moving down here, this is back on the trading day at about 3 o'clock in the morning. This was on, no, don't tell me that. This was, I think, on September 30th, okay? Market's moving lower. This is Friday, right? Market's moving lower shortly after Europe opens. Market's moving lower, does with less relative energy. That's why that diagonal line shows up on my chart. You wait for the cavalry to arrive. Now, in this case here, they didn't arrive until late. They didn't arrive until about 7 o'clock in the morning, but they did arrive. That was your indication that that pattern had bottomed, just as when price moved higher. This is moving higher into the time frame of 3:30 in the afternoon. This is on Friday as well. This is on September the 30th. Price moves higher, does with less relative energy, forms that little shooting star candle. Price moves lower into when? To right as we come on the air. I mean, are you kidding me? Really? This almost seems like the Ryder Cup of charting out here. You know, you got the bulls that hit one great shot, the bears that hit another great shot, and then you turn around and now you've got the bulls hitting another great shot. Now, this shot won't turn out to be really great until we see a close above Stevie's oscillator unchanged line. It could just be a little counter-trend rally up to that. But if we see a close above that level, and you're going to say, well, gee, Steve, what level is that? And I'm going to tell you in a moment. That level is 4856.48. Not to be exact, and we won't be exact. We're just going to call it 4857. That'll be the number. The 4857 also happens to be the 30-minute point of control. Take a look at our TAS market profile. So we've got a bottom. That's in. Only wave number 5 to the downside. Does that matter? No, that doesn't matter. at all out here. We do know that the market is trying to bottom. We'll see if, in fact, this holds. Now, if this holds, where is price going to go to? Well, interestingly enough, I'm glad you asked that question. Inside of the NQ, let's do this on a different time frame chart out here. So if this bottom holds, let's go to a 120-minute time frame chart. Let's pull up the NQ. And as we take a look at that, this is a 2-hour chart that we're looking at, but I'm going to it's easier visually for me to go ahead and draw the A to B equals CD pattern that would be out here and give you a price projection. So if that bottom holds, and I suspect that it will, 49.1650 becomes the projected price area. That's your 1-to-1 A to B equals CD to the upside. Now, why do we want to take a look at that? 49.16. Because if we come back here, if we do, that accomplishes the task number 1, which is getting above the swing point from September 22nd. Now we just switched over into the daily contract out here, and that is where many of us believe that the NQ is headed to, somewhere above 48.92 and a quarter. So if that price relative strength divergent pattern, that's the one we were just looking at here, I'll put it back up on my screen. If in fact this holds, these are great bottoming signals. Now remember, we got the bullish reversal signal. You got that bullish engulfing candle. Now we're waiting for between 1 to 130. Well, one, you'd like to have some follow-up, some follow-through, really. That says you'd like to see a higher close. That would be nice. But what you really want to see is you really want to see the price oscillator go ahead and tick to the upside. That does not get accomplished until we get above that 48.57 level. But it's great because we now, you're taking a look at the triptych out here, the triptych for the markets. What happens if price just gets up there, rejects it, starts moving lower? Hey, as long as this continues to move lower, it does with less relative energy. You just wait for the next trade to set up out here, which is still always a possibility. Look, everything is a possibility. But how cool is it for you and I, right, to be able to just come live on the air, take a look at the markets. We're looking at things live. We say, hey, we know on a 30-minute basis, it works on all time frames out here, so we're just staying within the 30-minute basis out here. We know when market makes a bottom, what type of pattern it promotes, right? Could be that seventh wave, could be a number of different patterns out here, right? We also know same thing to the upside, and we can see those that have occurred. Now, the reason, if we take a look, is this present on all equity futures contracts? Now, that's a great question, and the answer is no, because if I go take a look at I take that back. No, I know, I'm not going to take that back just yet. The answer is still no. I just pulled over the wrong chart. If I take a look at the Dow equity futures contract, let me just hit the drum roll, Johnny. Yeah, there we go. That pattern has not shown up. It did at the high, and it did at the most recent low, so back on September 30th. It did at the low. It did up here at the high when it created a shooting star. So we don't have, what we'll call synergy, right? You like to see this form on each of the time frames. It is present, by the way. This is a gift to you. It is present on the ES Mini, right? If I go ahead and take over the 30-minute chart out here, you can see that same pattern out here, right? So it's also trying to form a bottom, and it's also on the Russell 2000. So 3 of the 4 are saying, hey, Steve-O, I think I'm done going lower for the day. Time will tell. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Great to be here with you, folks. Give us a call at 877-927-6648. We'll be right back. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find the Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Lead the charge here to the upside today. Tesla's up at $8 and change. Cabela's on a buyout with Bass Pro Shops. I used to have a couple stores at Bass Pro Shop. Store within their store. It's really what I should. A little kiosk. That in the original location back in the day, back in Springfield, Missouri. Right? Is that Springfield, Missouri? Yep. And in any event, they're buying Cabela's Inc. Chipotle is up about $8. Winnebago Industries up 5 or 6. To the downside, you've got Google is off 7. Credit Acceptance Corp off $6 and change. AutoZone down the same. Simon Property Group off 5. First question inside the Tiger's Den is if we would go ahead and take a look at bonds. So we're going to go ahead and do that. While I'm doing that, I'm also just checking my emails. See if anything, make sure I get to the right spot on this. Typically, yeah, okay, so we've got a couple of questions that have come in. So we'll get to those as well. I see one here from Michael. So let's start off by the first question that came was if we could take a look at the at bonds. So let's take a look at the 30-year Treasury. So put up the December contract of the 30-year Treasury here, and the trading range has really narrowed itself. Now, if you're watching this on Tiger TV, which I hope that you are, what you're going to see is you're going to see descending price channel that has contained price, right? You got this little sine wave, going from top to bottom, back to top to bottom, back to top, which is what took place just a few trading sessions ago. Now, as price was moving to the upside, let me get my cursor out here. As it began moving to the upside, we had 9 sessions in a row where there was some nice momentum, one of Tom DeMarc's setup campaigns out here. And oftentimes when you get to that 9 count, it's like a I don't know, we'll call it a sprinter, right? It's like you're running the sprinter's pace in a marathon or something along those lines. And it can be a sign that this is where exhaustion is going to set in. And in that case, then you could see the market just totally collapse and pull back. Or you might see the market go ahead and move sideways. How do we know what takes place? Well, here, when bonds were breaking above the rising price channel, it was helpful to know that we had gotten to that 9 count, right? Not a 10-pin count, but a 9 count out here. And then on the very next trading session, because it said, this could be a breakout, but it could also be suspect here. We know that price, when it breaks trend lines, channel lines, and so forth, you always got to anticipate price is going to come back and test those levels. That's really what took place as it was created the 9 count out here. And then the very next day, it said, I don't know if I was really that convinced that I wanted to go ahead and break out a descending price channel. Price is broken back inside it. So what do we know? Well, here's what we know. Thus far today, price went down to test support. Where is support? That happens to be Stevie's red line. Right? I did a workshop on that. If you want to, be able to gain access to that and understand that, we're going to make that an option for you to catch that replay. It's more than just a replay, but maybe I'll have some more on that during the segment that I do with Tom today, or certainly tomorrow, because I can't send it anywhere, right? But anyway, it's an important line. It's a line that you want to know about. It's a line that you want to, if you are a technician, a chartist, you want to make sure that you have access to the knowledge of what that line, how it's calculated, and what it represents. Right now, it represents support. So price has pulled back to a level of support. If price gets below that level, 167.80, odds favor, really good. All the signals would say, hey, guess what? Price is going to go ahead and move lower. At this stage here, that is not what has taken place. So what do you do if you are in a bond trade? I don't know if you're in a bond trade or not. Would this be the time to go ahead and go long? No, it wouldn't. You want to see price now take out this swing point out here from September 28th, if that is going to take place. Should you go short? I'm looking at a daily chart. So let's just make the decisions based on looking at the daily chart. The daily chart would say no way, not until you close below 167.80. Now, that line is going to change, by a few, ticks here and there. But basically, that is your line of demarcation. So what do we know right now about the Treasuries? We know that they're in really neutral ground out here. We know where the breakout is. We know where the breakdown is. And I'd have to say at this stage of the game, there's not enough information to tell us what that next move is going to be. Different story, you get below 167.80. So I hope that assists you with what Treasuries are doing out there. Now, let me see what this email here says from Michael. Michael, thanks for sending an email. Looks like lower to me. Looks like lower to me. Should you go long the NQ here? Well, the answer to that, again, I don't know what your time frame trading is, what your time frame horizon is. With regard to the NQ when going long, let me be very specific. I would say you have an initial signal that the NQs are trying to form a bottom. What we didn't get, have not received yet, it's 1:24. 6 minutes left in the session. The very first signal is you get that nice little bullish engulf or bullish reversal signal. In this case here, happened to be a bullish engulfing candle. We got that at 1 o'clock. What we also like to see, we like to see confirmation of that move. We like to see price go ahead and continue to move higher. Now, in this case here, because this could be setting up the A to B equals CD to the upside, because that's a very valid pattern out here, I personally, on this trade here, if we were in a 7th wave, be a whole different story. We're only in wave number 5. We don't have any follow through yet to the upside. Wait for price to get above that oscillator on change line. Wait for it to get above 48.57 out here. I think that sets up just trade fewer contracts. I think that sets up your better scenario. If we get some follow through, though, in the next 6 minutes of time, you could go ahead and take an early entrant. There's no problem taking, let's say you're going to trade 4 contracts, 5 contracts, 2 contracts. There's no problem with scaling in and taking one now. You've got a valid bottom. You'd like to see over the course of the next 5 minutes, you'd like to see at least price close above. I'll give you the exact number out here. At least price close above the open of the candle at 12:30, which was 48.49. Why? Because if you don't close above that level, it really negates the bullish engulfing candle. It negates it, right? That's using Stevie's blended method of combining 2 candles, which is really the way that you should take a look at things out here. So we've got a nice bottoming signal, but we do not have confirmation, and we won't get it till we see price get above that oscillator and change line. So, Michael, I hope that assists you. If we get that, then you got to manage the trade. It has that potential for an A to B equals CD to the upside out there. And, the other the ES and the Russell 2000 are generating similar type messages. If to more further analyze that trade, we would then go over and take a look at the VIX index, right? And if we take a look at the VIX index, we want to see where this is trading at. All right. So here would be a piece of evidence to suggest that, Michael, yeah, now it's fine to go ahead and take that long trade. Why? Because if we take a look at where price is trading, even with the markets being down at this stage, right? Dow's off, I don't know, 60, 70 points, something like that. S&P is down, I don't know, 7 points, 8 points, something around those levels. Even with them being down a bit, you have the VIX index, cash VIX index, trading below its 50-day exponential moving average. 1383 is the number. It's trading at 1380. Hey, below is below. S&P is down 9.5 points. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back, folks.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Technomental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Michael had a two-pronged question. Question number two was Sam Adams, if I believe I'm reading the email correctly here. And I think in Sam Adams, that's what it said, looks like going lower to me, meaning Michael. And so let's go ahead and take a look at that stock chart out here. SAM, the ticker symbol. Boston Beer is the name of the company out here. Now, as we take a look at this stock chart, one of the things that we can see is price came back to where it should have on the move lower if it was going to pull back, which it did in kind of a vengeful type of a way out here. Now, what do I mean pulled back to an area where it should have? It came back to its original, made its 100% move, came back to its most recent significant swing point out here, which formed on May 18th. Had volume of 164,000 shares. Now, we saw a test of that level with 500,000 shares, so quite a bit more volume. Nonetheless, you did see a rejection of that area. Now, what price has been doing down in this area here, Michael, is there are buyers that have been giving you indication that they want to form a bottom. They're trying to form a bottom. How do we know that? Well, we know that by taking a look at the Japanese candlesticks. When we look at the body, we certainly can look at the wick, but we look at the body of the candle, truly the essence of price. Here's a bullish engulfing right here, September 23rd. Here's one. That's an easy one to do on September 29th out there. So you've got two that have formed out here. What we also have is we have a new supply-demand area. Supply and demand, how do you like that? Because we've got our TAS daily profile that formed at the same or similar time frame back here on September 23rd. What you and I know is that the bottom of that box is closer to the point of control, the little blue dash line versus the solid line. That says that price ought to bounce to 157.81. That's kind of a no-brainer out here. You got bulls or buyers trying to form a bottom. You got a profile, daily profile, that is biased to the bullish side. All that makes sense. Then we say, hey, where's the next line of resistance? Well, it happens to be the weekly daily, not weekly, weekly daily. Hey, nice grammar there, Steve-O. We're going to give you one tick for that one. No, because it is the bottom of the weekly TAS box. You know what I meant to say, 157.81. Can price get above that? Most certainly. 160.66 is the number. Look, the price oscillator has turned up. You don't see it on this chart. I'll give you the number. It's 153.83 is the number. You're at 153. Oh, wait a minute. Are you 153.71? No, you're below that level. Not so good. Not so fast. Not so fast as league. Hey, how about great college football games? Was it, if you like, great games. Great college. Wasn't that happy that IU beat Michigan State, but they did. Certainly was not happy that it didn't go wide right at the FSU, but for goodness sakes, they couldn't put North Carolina away. They looked basically miserable, 0-2 in conference play out there, so that didn't look good. University of Florida, they held on by the by the hair of their chinny chin. Yeah, Tennessee, Georgia, that was a great game out there. I don't know about you, but my two favorite guys to listen to for college football these days, Vern Lundquist and Gary Danielson, right? I could just put that. I could just put them on, close my eyes and take a nice nap, only because I'm comforted by the fact that they're calling the game out there. But just great games. I thought there were a bunch of great games out there. How about that Michigan-Wisconsin game? That was a hard-fought. Amazing the difference in a coach has on U of M, right? Rich Rodriguez, and they basically had no luck whatsoever, and now they've certainly got things turned around. We'll see if they can. We'll see how they. But that Wisconsin game, that was a big game for them for sure. In any event, I know you don't want to talk about football, but hey, how about that Ryder Cup? Now that was extraordinary golf. That was impressive on both sides. That was just some of the greatest entertaining golf that I've ever seen. It was amazing to watch it. So it was nice that kind of had some bad weather, at least in the early stage of the day yesterday, made it much more palatable to just sit around and watch. Okay, so we're watching this game here, which is Sam Adams, right? So at this stage here, it may be going lower, but I mean, if you're looking to take a short trade, now is not the time. I wouldn't do that. You can see that volume is also dried up in this equity out here. If you're going to go ahead and try to take a short on this, wait for price to get up to about the 166 type level, or maybe some type of retracement thereof. The 0.618 is 176 even. But the 166 happens to be the point of control on the weekly chart out here. So I say maybe going lower, Michael. You may be right out here, but I'd sit still on this. If you're in the trade, different story. then you're taking a look at, hey, where should you put your adjusted stop? But I don't think that is the case out there. Okay, so that was on Sam Adams. Anything else that I don't see any other emails just yet? I don't know if there's something else inside the Tigers. And kind of a quietish day. Happy New Year to all of our Jewish friends that are celebrating Rosh Hashanah. So, Happy New Year to you. And of course, there is that expression with regard to the markets, right? And these are unusual markets, right? I think you sell on the New Year and you buy on Yom Kippur. I believe that is the expression out there. Maybe it's going to work. Maybe not. Dow's off 61 points. But what you and I know is that the market is trying to form that bottom. Now, we know that we're beyond the 130 time frame, so we'll just simply go back here, take a look at that NQ trade, right? And we actually did get the confirmation, right? We had a little bit higher close. So you've got the two first steps that are required in order to find a short-term bottom. I say short-term because we're dealing with a 30-minute chart out here. Certainly cannot be a long-term chart. So you've got two signals. No, I guess not. Yeah. I don't know. Why is it still going? It's 136. I don't know if my timing is off. Let me see here. 130. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I do have a number of things running in the background. Maybe this is off by just a hair out here. But so far, I'll have to go look at something else. Looks pretty good to me. Okay, let's take a look at some individual stocks. How about if we do that? Do something different. Let's take a look at Tesla. Let's try to figure out what that Tesla, TSLA, is doing out here. I've never driven in a Tesla. I would like to drive in a Tesla. Every time I go in a show or past a showroom, which is not that often, but I don't want to go. I don't need to go in there and do that. But what am I going to do? Go sit in the car? That's no fun. But if we do take a look at Tesla, here's what we know. Let's see, what is it that we know about Tesla? We know it's got a nice little, what shows up to you on this chart here? If I go ahead and I remove all of the profiles, what shows up to you? And there's going to be, your eye's going to fixate on different things out here. The one thing that shows up to me, probably to many of you out here, are certainly the lower highs that have formed. What shows up to me is that descending price channel that is inside of Tesla. It's probably really right here is that price channel. And right, Tesla's in a downtrend. No question about that, Duffy. And, I'd say here is that price channel. Today's move, interestingly enough, and it's got volume behind the move out here. And the reason why I say that is likely the price channel that we're in. You can see that the volume today is 4.8 million shares, and price is gapped up, positive. It's run right smack dab into that descending price channel. We come back from this breakout here. Duffy and I, we're going to tell you what it means if price breaks above that descending price channel. Steve Rhodes from TFNN. We'll be right back.
Are China A shares hot or not? If you trade China A shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A Share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile based scanner in the industry, powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Patrick Nathaniel Reed. Now, Michael Jordan. I saw Michael Jordan. He was at the Ryder Cup. So now you got the, arguably, one of the greatest basketball players out there, right? And, of course, he plays golf. He's a single-digit handicapper out there. He knows how hard the game is. Can you imagine his thoughts on what he thinks of Patrick Reed being able to take on just playing the level of golf that both he and Rory played during that final round yesterday? Just extraordinary out there. In any event, we were talking about Tesla, and we were talking about how Tesla gapped up today. We're talking about how the fact that Tesla, you can see this nice little descending price channel. So price very well may be up against a resistance zone. There is an A to B, confirmed A to B, small one, A to B equals CD to the upside, right? You know where that is, right? Because today we gave that away. Today was a gap up, and there's volume behind the move. So if, in fact, price is able to break above this descending price channel, let's go ahead and put that A to B equals CD on the actual chart here for you. We just have to turn on the tool. There we go. And so let's go ahead and take a look at what that actual price projection is out here. And it's confirmed because you're past the B point. You can see it really takes you, small one, really right up into the top of that descending price channel. The exact one-to-one price projection is 217.10. Our actual intra-session high so far has been 215.67. So it can certainly run a bit higher out there. So is there any giveaway as to right now? You have to go with the fact that Tesla's in a downtrend. I think now if price breaks above this descending price channel, then where is it that you would anticipate price would go to? I will just simply get rid of the A to B equals CD and say, just like you and I looked at on we looked at that on Sam Adams, right? We just simply went to the swing point. That's what we would do here. We go, okay, where's the next significant swing point? Well, it's right back here on August the 2nd. Happens to tie into the swing point here on June the 8th. That tells us in the 237-ish type range out here that Tesla should have some fairly decent resistance. But it would change the trend. There's no doubting that. It would. If it can do that, it will have broken above a descending price channel. And then we could have something else that would be unfolding. You have to take things one day at a time, 1 week at a time. So that is our take on Tesla at this stage right now, still inside that descending price channel. Let's take a look at Chipotle. CMG is the ticker symbol. We haven't looked at this for a while. It's not a place that I fancy very much. That sounded pretty cool, did it not? Fancy. If we take a look at it, but really this is about the stock chart. It's not a matter of whether or not you like one of their bowls or whatever they call those things out there. And if we take a look at what is the pattern inside of Chipotle. Let's put this on a longer term chart first. That might even be easier or more difficult to do out here. So what is Chipotle really doing? Why has it found support out here? Why has it, and we're talking about, when I say here, 380 to 450-ish is the range out here. Why? What is it that is holding this equity up inside this level out here? Is it a retracement area? I don't know. Only one way to find out. Put our retracement tool from bottom to top. No, I mean, it's 50% retracement. Maybe it's a retracement from here. Maybe it's a 0.786 from, this is a, by the way, monthly chart. Let's go back from October 2012 up to the highs. Nope, not any kind of. It's sitting right now at the 0.618, but didn't stop at any kind of retracement level out here. You know, you're anticipating that I know the reason why it did. I just keep looking at things one step at a time out here. I'm not seeing it. Maybe you see something. I'll go ahead and put the ticker symbol on other charts. I don't know why it stopped here. Let's take a look at where we at. Let's go back to the daily chart. Let's go ahead and add some market profiles. Let's see if they can assist us with regard to, you know, this consolidation or accumulation that is occurring down here at the lows. And, you know, that's really what today's signal suggests to you and I, that this has been under accumulation for a good bit of time, since the early part of the summer, since we'll call it June. We have seen a couple of signs of strength inside of Chipotle. You saw a nice big one back on July 22nd. That was moving higher. What do I mean by a sign of strength? Just take a look at the volume bars at the bottom. Take a look at both the and as well as the daily candle. You have wide price spread. You have accelerated volume. What does Tom teach both you and I? The very first thing I learned is wait for price to come back into a breakout area. Well, the ultimate breakout area is going to be coming all the way back to the swing point where the bottom had formed, which is basically be July 7th, 1.7 million shares back there. Came back with 1.3 million shares. Sounds to me like an ideal test of a swing point area on light volume. Then what do we see? We see a second sign of strength. Now, in this case here, you don't have the wide-ranging bar, do you? Yes, we do. We have a gap to the upside. What's the difference between a gap and a wide-ranging bar? These both occurred at the same period of time, at the same basic price level. Here, let me turn off the TAS market profiles. Really, what's the difference between the trading session on September 7th, not a trick question, versus the trading session from July 22nd? Volume-wise, you had 4 million shares versus, what, 3.2, both large volume days. The difference is your eyes don't necessarily see that filled-in gap. I know, the old gaps get filled rigmarole out there. It means no different than, hey, breakouts, price comes back to a breakout area, whether it comes right back to the breakout level, which could be just simply the low of the trading session itself, or whether it comes back into the range that it's trading at. You know, you don't necessarily know. You can pay attention to different tools. You can take a look at volume. You can take a look at market profiles. You can take a look at a number of other things out here, oscillator on change line, just another number of elements. But what we do know with regard to Chipotle is, you know, it is catching the bid with volume at times out here. Well, this is a daily chart. What are we doing today? We're back up into these swing points. What we also know is that you've got a resistance level. You know, that this is just the daily chart. We'll just simply go ahead and, you know, we'll make the resistance level. I'll just draw a, you know, just a rectangular box. Well, I was going to try to draw a rectangular box. I basically did a lousy job of that, not intentionally, but it is what it is. There we go. So, you know, is now the time to go ahead and buy Chipotle? No. When would be the time to buy Chipotle if it's unable to break above this consolidation? You're exactly right. You would go ahead and buy it from the bottom of that consolidation level. We don't know if it'll get back there, but if it did, and you're wondering what that price area is, you're looking at about 389 because it's a nice trading range level. Could you short this? You could short Chipotle, but not until it gets up into probably test the swing point highs that had volume out here September 7th. That's 441.20. Or 444.13 from July 22nd. You want to see volume really dying down as that were to occur. We know that price is above its daily and weekly profiles out here. So does that tell us anything? Tells me that we should anticipate price will go test the top of this consolidation or the tops of those swing point highs from July 22nd and or September the 7th. So that's what I see. What do you see? That's what I see that is going on with ticker symbol CMG, Chipotle, as it just tries to form a base at a bottom. We've got the Dow. She's down 68. S&P is off 9. NASDAQ Composites down 21 points. Stick with us, folks. We'll be back after this break. We'll finish it off. I'll check my emails. I'll check my voicemails. I'll check my instant messages. And if we have nothing, I'll figure out what we'll go take a look at. We'll be right back.
If you're looking to discover a new financial resource and diversify your financial portfolio, consider the new Market Safe Focused Commodity CD from Everbank. This 5-year U.S. dollar-denominated CD gives you exposure to 6 equally weighted commodities, including gold, silver, copper, nickel, soybeans, and sugar, in one powerful CD. With annual pricing caps of 50% per component, you could earn up to a 50% upside payment at maturity if the commodities increase in value across annual pricing dates. And should the opposite occur, your principal is 100% protected. Keep in mind, returns are based on CD performance. There is no annual percentage yield or periodic rate of interest on this index CD. Don't miss out. Take advantage of this financial resource designed to grow with the times. The October 13th funding deadline will be here before you know it. So hurry over to everbank.com/TFNN for the CD's term sheet and other important product details and disclosures. Once again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. This advertisement is sponsored content. Everbank is a member FDIC.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
It's 2016 and TFNN has a brand new programming lineup to kick things off. Starting January 4th, swim lessons by Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade will be airing 5 days a week at noon Eastern Time. Join hosts Scott Connor, Kevin Hinks, and Cindy Faber as they host their daily options program live at noon 5 days a week with no commercials for the entire hour. Nico DeHaan and Paige Clark will be moving their program, Living a Primal Lifestyle, to twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 a.m. until 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Wake up with Nico and Paige and start your day off right. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour by Nadex will now be live Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Start and end the week with the 3 hosts, Tom O'Brien, Tommy O'Brien, and Daryl Martin, as they break down the world of trading binary options and spreads. For all the details on the new 2016 programming lineup, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Join David White as he keeps you up to date on the latest tech stocks while he uses his Power Law Vector Indicator to identify the best trades. The Power Trading Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Right now, the Dow is off 76 points out here. Duffy posted a chart. Let me see if I can actually put this in the I think I can. Oh, I didn't mean to do it twice, but there we go. Here is a article, Business Insider. Thanks for posting this, Duffy. I think you guys can all see this. This is a chart here that shows, looks like going back to 2011. Can that be? No, it can't be. I don't know what time period this goes back to. Duffy, do you know? I'm not going to read the entire article here, but it happens. I'm assuming that the red arrows to the downside are the Rosh Hashanah dates and the black dates are the Yom Kippur dates. Is that correct? maybe I should read the article. I mean, that's what in essence it talked about here. But it does show some of the reasoning behind it. I thought I once did a study on it and didn't see necessarily these type of results out here. But just simply a follow-up to something that we had mentioned earlier. So, yeah, Duffy says, yeah, that's really what it does say. But I'm wondering, I see 12. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense out here. Must be something else to that chart. I'll have to read through it further. But hey, look, I got some emails from folks. Yeah, good. I must have poked Chris's tender underbelly out here. Chris went on to say, excuse me, why the sidebar on college football and the Ryder Cup? Sam, please. Well, we did go over Sam Adams, Boston Beer in detail out here. So in any event, we got to it. Why? Because, because I enjoy college football. I enjoy the Ryder Cup out there. Why not? I mean, call me and we can talk about something else. I'm good with that. Hey, we've got a request here to take a look at silver. This request here, can you give me some insight on DSLV and where you think silver is headed? Let's go take a look at where silver is headed to, because really down around a level of support, an important level of support. This is the daily chart here for the current contract for silver. Here's one thing we know, little very short-term rising trend line out here, the green diagonal line. Price is broken down below that. It is run right now into its TAS daily profile low, which has a bullish bias, by the way. Let me go ahead and take a few of these tools off the chart so that you can see it. I like hitting things off the chart out there. I don't even know what that meant. So there's that little rising trend line, right? So that has failed. And when that fails, it says you can go down to the next trend line area. And if that is the case, here's the next trend line area, which is really down right around 1755, right in that range out here. However, before price does that, and I say, if you look at the point of control closer, this is a daily box of light blue, closer to the bottom here, I'll turn price off. You'll see it now real clearly. That says that this should be a very strong level of support. And you're also very close to the top of the box out here. So with regard to, Tom, where is silver headed to, it's at a important point of support, which would be between 1860 and right where it's trading right now. If you see it close below 1860, price is going to go ahead down into the top of that rising trend line or channel line, which is going to be in the price level of about 1755, give or so. That is what silver is doing. We know that it is in a downtrend. That's the red diagonal line that is on my screen out here. So it certainly is not, doesn't have and this is a daily chart we're looking at. No real indication that this thing is getting ready to bust out to new highs out here. No siree, Bob. Or no siree, Tom. But that is what silver is doing right now. So it's an important precipice out here. Well, folks, you got the Dow off 65 points. We know that we took a look at those bottoming patterns out here as we began the show. We still don't have that full confirmation that you or I would like. 48.56 being the number. You see it close above that, and then it's back off to the races to the upside. Stay tuned. Our man, Mr. David White, our favorite polar bear, he's going to be up next on the Tom O'Brien Show from 3 to 5. Have a magical, magnificent Monday. Take care, folks.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
You're watching Tiger TV.